Good morning, good afternoon. How's everybody doing? It's your boy, Mr. Ray, baby, heavy on the Mister, and we gonna get into this thing today. We are going to actually do some trading today, right? We've been teaching. I haven't shown you guys anything, but today it's going down, okay? And so let's get ready to get in this thing. I'll start off with a PowerPoint presentation, but at the end of the day, we're going to be going live, baby. Let's get to it. Okay, let's get the party started, baby. This is going to be your first secured put, baby. We're going to do a live walkthrough, and we're going to take this thing from theory to trade. All right, it's going to take about 15 or 20 minutes. This is episode 7. It's your boy, Mr. Ray. Let's get it. Let's talk about our agenda today. We're going to talk about the 5 things that we need to verify before we ever click submit on any of our trades. Very, very important that we go through our checklist, right? We want to pick a stock, a real stock that we wouldn't mind owning based on the 5 criteria that we've talked about, right? We're going to read the option chain. We're going to pick our strike price, our premium, our DTE, our delta, and we're going to look at our open interest. And then we're going to choose our strike and expiration based on the criteria that we selected our stock. Okay. And then we're going in, baby. We're gonna place a live trade. I'm gonna do one on Fidelity, and I'm also gonna do the same one on Robinhood. All right. And then what are we going to be doing? Once we make the trade, baby, we sit back and wait. And only 2 things can happen. Um, the option is going to expire worthless, or we're going to get assigned. It's the only 2 things that can happen. So this is where theory ends, baby. And this is where the trading begins. We went through episodes 1 through 3. I gave you the theory. 5 and 6, I gave you the tools. Now we're going to make the trade, baby. Real strike, real tickers, real money on the line, real income, baby. Now it's your move. All right, so let's do a quick recap on the cash secured put. That's what we're going to be doing today, a CSP. Now, here's the deal. You got to make sure that you got enough cash set aside to buy 100 shares of the stock that you'd like to own, right? At a discount. And you're going to get paid up front for the privilege of waiting to see if it hits that strike price, okay? So one contract will always equal 100 shares of obligation. So the collateral that's going to be required is going to be equal to the strike price times 100. Remember that. And then we're going to go to an actual live example. We're going to use Ford Motor Company, which the ticker is just F. That's all Ford Motor Company is. Doesn't have a Ford symbol ticker. It's just F. And right now, today, Ford is running about 1655. We're going to be looking at a strike price below that around 1550 or $16, all right? About 6% below whatever the current price is. We also like to look at our expiration date, days to expiration. We're going to be looking at 30 to 35 days. Our premium to be collected, we'd like to be right around 32 cents. So that means that we're going to have $1,600 and 55 $1,655, $1,655 available to do this particular cash secured put. Okay, hit submit. You got to verify all 5 of these. First of all, you got to make sure that you got option level 1 approved, baby. That means that's going to allow you to do cash secured puts. Now you can go back and look at episode 6 to see if you actually have that level. All right. And then you got to make sure you got cash in the account, enough to cover the strike price, baby, times 100. That's settled cash. That's not a margin, baby. We only do settle cash here. We don't bet on the margin. And then you got to pick a ticker that you want to own. This is a stock you wouldn't mind owning at a discount. You wouldn't mind owning it for a long time. Okay. And then you got to make sure that there's no earnings coming up within the next 30-day window And that way you make sure you avoid any volatility trap they might have. Because sometimes stocks will they'll spike up or spike down right before the earnings, and we don't want to get involved in any of that. And then know what your exit is, baby. If you get a sign, then you're just going to turn around and sell covered calls, baby. There is no losing in this game. All we're going to do is, if we get a sign, we're going to turn around and we're going to sell covered calls. All right, so why are we going to choose Ford? Okay, for your first trade. Well, I want to do this as the first trade because it hits six of the main things that you need to be thinking about whenever you make your first trade. First of all, you got to make sure that you got liquidity, right? That there's a tight bid ask. Okay, that means that you're going to be easy to get in and out of it. And then it only takes $1,600 to get in this particular one. So it's not you're not getting out there big for $50,000, $60,000. You just got $1,600 at stake. Another bonus is Ford is a dividend paying stock. Okay, we don't really care about that, but if you happen to hold it during the dividend, you'll get the dividend. But also the fact that Ford is a business you understand. They sell vehicles, they sell cars, F-150, Mustang. So it's not one of those biotechs that you can't even pronounce. So the other thing we look at, we're always going to look at the chart before we trade because the trend matters, and we'll look at the chart, and then we're going to verify there's no earnings window. Okay. Reading the options change. This is going to be the first time you're going to be looking at an option chain. So I'll need to take you through each one of these and what they mean because that's what we're going to need to be looking at. So what we're going to look at is the bid, and that is what are buyers willing to pay? That's going to be your premium, right? And then the ask says what do sellers want, right? Irrelevant of what's selling, this is what the sellers want. And then we'll be looking at the delta. What is the rough probability that this particular option is going to be assigned? If it's 0.51, that means it's a 51% chance it's going to be assigned. If it's at 0.12, that means it's 12% chance it's going to be assigned. And then we're going to look at open interest. Is anyone buying or selling it? In this case, lots of people, 4,200 are buying, selling at this particular strike price, okay? And then lastly, we're going to look at the days to expiration, okay? Again, we're going to be looking. That's not the strike price we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at a different strike price, okay? So there's always a sweet spot that we want to look at when we're talking about how do we pick our strike price, Mr. Ray. Well, number one, we're going to be looking to make sure that it's 5 to 10% um, that is out of the money, right? 5 to 10% below whatever the current price is. And so we'll be looking at deltas right around 20 or 30%. Okay. And then the days of expiration, we're looking 30 to 45 days, baby, because that's going to be the theta decay. That's the sweet spot. Premiums melt fast during this particular time point. And so that's what we want to make sure that we're getting that decay, right? 30 to 45 days. About the math before we ever do the click now. We're going to look at our strike price. We said our strike price is going to be what? 1650. So if our strike price is 1650, we got to make sure that we can buy 100 shares if we get assigned. So we got to have $1,600 parked in our account, right? And that money has to stay there until you either close the option or you get assigned. And we're going to be shooting for 32 cents premium. So 32 cents times 100, that means your premium you're going to be receiving on this trade is going to be $32. So at $32, you got $1,650 at risk. You're returning about 1.9% on your capital invested for 30 days. If you look at the annual, that's 23% annually, baby. That's really good money. You say, well, $32 is not enough, lot of money, Mr. Ray. Well, if you do this every month, that's what you're going to be earning. 23%, baby. That's hard to do in any market. And it's a stock that you want to buy at a price that you're willing to buy. All right, so we're going to do a live trade. We're going to do one on Fidelity. You're basically going to log in. You're going to choose your option. We're going to choose sell to open, and our strategy is going to be a put. Okay, I'm going to walk you through all this, but I want to tell you what we're doing first. So the quantity is always going to be one. We're going to be looking for an expiration date between 30 to 35, and we're looking for a strike price. I think our strike price, I got 10.50 here, but we'll be looking around $16. We're always looking at a order type is going to be a limit, right? We're looking at a price, or at this one it's going to be 32. I got 18 here, but we're going to be looking at 32. We're going to look at, and then you want to make sure the time in force, and we're going to say we only want this to be available a day. So if it doesn't exercise today, then we don't want to do the deal. And the account type that we're going to be doing is cash. We never use margin. Okay. And then it's going to give you an opportunity to preview it before you ever hit, right? Again, you got to have the buying power of at least 1,050, in our case, 1,650. Place the order, look at the screen. There you go, baby. Now, we talked about the difference between Vanguard and Robinhood. We're not going to use Vanguard. I'm going to show you Robinhood today. We're actually going to do it. So we're going to go through all of these. We're going to select options. We're going to put a strike in. We're going to do the sell. I'm going to show you all of this on the screen, okay? So don't worry about trying to remember it now. I'm going to show you all the points and all the clicks. Two things that can happen after you hit submit, right? First thing that can happen is it expires worthless. That is, the stock stays above the $16 strike price. We collect the premium, we keep the premium, and it expires worthless, and then they release our funds. Okay, and so we just go back and we do it again, right? That's what we're looking for. And so the most common outcome based on what we've selected is we've got a 26 delta. If that's what we selected, then we got 74% chance that it's going to expire worthless. Well, what happens if it dips below 16, Mr. Ray? Well, you're going to be assigned 100 shares of Ford is going to be in your account at the share price of 16. But remember, the actual cost basis is going to be less than that because we're going to collect 32 cents premium. So we got to subtract that 32 cents from our $16, and actually our cost basis is now 15.68. And now we actually got a stock that we don't mind owning. And now what we're going to do, we're going to turn around and go to episode 4, baby, and we're going to sell covered calls. So the wheels is being assigned is not a trap door, baby. You bought the stock, and you bought the stock option because you wanted to buy it at this particular price. So, couple of things that I need to talk about. One, two, three. So you need to make sure you don't make these mistakes on your first time trading. Number one, don't chase premiums, baby. If the premium's high, they're high for a reason. That means it's high risk. And if the strike pays double with others, you got to ask yourself why. Usually because the market is anticipating some pain on it, right? Don't ignore the earnings because if anything going on around earnings, it's going to whipsaw up and down, and that's not going to help you, baby. And don't do too many contracts on day one, baby. One contract is a good. Put one contract out there, and then you'll be able to do a little scaling a little later, okay? And then trading tickers. Don't do any tickers that you wouldn't mind owning, baby. The wheel is only for stocks. You'll be okay earning or holding for 3 years. And then I'll do market orders. All right. The wider the spread is not what you want. You want to do limit orders only. Always do limit orders. And then if the stock drops, don't panic, baby. The contract is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Just sit there, breathe, or we'll roll, and I can show you that later. Here's your first trade. Here's your first trade, baby, in one breath. You're gonna pick a stock you actually want to own, right? It's gonna be 5 to 10% out of the money, about a 20-30 delta. The expiration date It's going to be 30, 40 days out. You're going to make sure that you do the math first. Make sure you got enough cash in the account to cover 100 shares of that stock, and do order limits only, baby. Only doing limits. We're not doing any other type of orders. It's only, never do market options, never do market price on option. Always do limit, baby. And then only do one contract. Just do one contract. Ain't no sense in getting out there, getting ahead of yourself. And then you're going to be two outcomes, right? And both of them is going to be a win, baby. You either keep the premium or you're going to get a stock at a discount. I'm going to just do a legal disclaimer real quick. What we're doing right here, we're only doing it because we know that I am teaching you, and I am not an expert by any imagination, okay? All right, so we're back here. Here we go. Let's go.